Hello, and welcome to today's video. On day number 35, I have delved into the dungeons to look for XP and riches. In addition, we of course ran a bunch of Rathmas, and we actually found like a bunch of navigators. We also found an almanac, which we already sold. So it was like a nice day. No items to brick for us, but still a very nice day. But I wanted to talk about dungeons a little bit today because it's a topic that a lot of the player base is kind of like not interested in. It's a little too intimidating, and for a good reason. Dungeons are pretty difficult. So first of all, dungeon maps, they look like this. The only way to make them is using Horadrim scarabs, right? These things that you may have not known what to do with, and you combine it with a tier 3 map. Can be any tier 3 map, doesn't matter which, to create a group dungeon. That's how it's called. So if I press transmute, you'll see I get one of those tier 4 maps. This is Steppes of Dekenshar, and these maps are very challenging. So you can see they roll very bad stats for us. Minus resistances, minus FHR often. Sorry, you can't see because I'm lowering the volume. Okay, so as you can see, minus all resistances, minus FHR. Bonus to attack rating and pierce, max to lightning skill damage, maximum life, cannot be frozen. So many bad affixes. So why do you run these maps? Well, what's good about them? Well, firstly, you can see that the EXP on these maps is incredible. You can see 86, 63. What did this one roll? 68. They can have very high densities. This is before a slam even happened. And you can slam and SOH them to add even more difficulty and more density and more whatever. So very challenging maps, but also sometimes very rewarding. And generally there are 2 ways or 3 ways to go about it. You can either make like an insane lineup full with 8 people that support each other and enhance each other's ability. You can make a very diverse crew that can all very confidently kind of contribute to the effort. And you can try to do them solo. There are a few builds that can do them solo somewhat efficiently, like Mind Blast Assassin, for example, can do physical and magical damage, which usually is enough to get through the map. So again, very interesting maps. I think they're very fun, and I want to share a little bit of the experience just so people can see kind of how it looks like. So sharing some content that we did on the stream. As you can see, we're 5 people here. We got a Cursed Necro giving us very high amp and very high weaken, which means we don't instantly die and we can actually break all the physical immunes. And we got a bunch of physical damage dealers, being physical Amazons and a Blade Fury Assassin, just to give people ideas as to what they can run. This is a pretty simple lineup, very common lineup for dungeons, just a very heavy physical one. And we got me as a Maul Bear. I'm giving like my 2 spirits, so giving a lot of damage, a lot of health to everyone, and also kind of tanking the front lines because I can just kind of sit there and tank for us. Now these maps, even if you got the right lineup, are not easy. If you don't pay attention, you can die. Even when I'm at 5k health, it's very easy to die because I'm surviving mostly off of my leech. You gotta make sure you clear properly so nobody in the backline dies. It gives a very fun kind of different dynamic to what we're used to from group mapping. A lot more cooperation needed, a lot more communication needed. So I really recommend this for groups who run together and they kind of like this kind of challenges to take on. I think this is really fun. Of course, you can see that the EXP is also pretty good. We spent like 10 minutes in the beginning before we even got in just to like re-roll the maps and like get everybody together and get everybody with the right gear. Because you want to have a lot of PDR, a lot of extra resistances, you know, just like be as tanky as possible so nobody dies. And I want to pull a bit ahead. At every dungeon map, there's like these like mini bosses. You gotta kill them, and they drop like a, you know, they're kind of like a loot pinata. So you'll see suddenly like tons of stuff drop. Very fun. It's like you know, very exciting kind of thing. Of course, like my character is very good at like killing bosses, so another benefit to having like a character like a Maulbear there, or like any bosser that's good at like single target damage. So yeah, very interesting content. And then at the end, we go down to the 2nd floor. That's where the boss resides, and it's a pretty small area. So like the upper area is pretty large. You can clear it for like 30-40 minutes, and it would still be like challenging, of course. And over here, this is like a small area, and at the end of it, there's like a boss, and the boss is pretty deadly. It's very difficult. You have to make sure you're clearing all the auras from like unique packs like that are nearby. Like you don't want to be fighting them when they have might or fanaticism or concentration or whatever. So we're kind of luring them out. As you can see, this boss is very difficult. He has these Stygian Horde minions kind of surrounding them. So you have to get rid of them. This is the Stygian Beast. And you can see even my HP is not enough sometimes to tank all of it. And when you finally kill him, he drops a boatload of loot. Very exciting. This is like filtered to a pretty high level of filter, so only the good stuff are showing, but he drops so much more stuff. Yeah, his minions are somewhat scarier than him if I can be really honest. So yeah, that's kind of like the dungeon experience. So very cool. In my opinion, I really recommend people check out dungeons when they feel like they're finally ready. This is more for people who are at the end game. Of course, I'm like level 98 and I have like really good gear. You want to create good lineups, whether they're elemental, physical, diverse lineups, trios that can clear them. There are very different and good combinations that can do that. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of share this dungeon experience. I think it's really cool content. I think it's an amazing part of the game that often gets overlooked, again, due to the difficulty. So yeah, I recommend you check it out eventually when you feel ready. If you have any questions about dungeons and what you should do in dungeons, or you want to see more dungeon content, we've been running them, like running, 3 or 4 a day the past couple of days, and I'm planning to do more because I really do think it's very fun. So if you're interested, let me know in the comments. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next stream or in the next video. At the end of this one, I just want to share, we actually broke the world record again for Lucion. It's ours again, and I'll attach it at the end of the video just so you guys can see it. I'm not going to say how long it was, but you can see on the video for yourself. Alright, I'll see you in the next stream or the next video, and bye.